I'm really glad we've been able to put our differences aside from our meeting and talk things through and just like, I'm looking for something serious. I don't know about you, but you kind of came to rescue me.
Well, I never gave it much thought, really.
But I mean, it's up to you. Like, I just call, I guess. I don't.
Well, I'm medieval. We don't really do that.
Right. Okay. Jesus Christ, Brandon!
Zombies. Zombie.
You were chased by zombies. They're outside right now.
Island.
You were chased by zombies on an island. What is it?
This.
You mean it's time? The mediocrity's over? I don't have to deal with Boo Brothers and puns and no more fantastic. I never thought I'd say this, but thank you, Warner Brothers. You've saved this series. What's up, everybody? Madam back with episode 6 of the Scooby Movie Look Back, and I brought a friend.
Hey!
A friend that has not been seen since something happened out in the woods. It is episode 6, like I said, of the Scooby Movie Look Back series, and this time we're doing one of my most cherished Scooby movies, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island starts off with a now broken up Mystery Inc. working new day jobs. Fred and Daphne tour across the country with their new show, Coast to Coast with Daphne Blake. Velma's over here worming it up as the owner of a mystery bookstore. And Shaggy and Scooby are out here living their best life as customs workers, who end up eating all of the food contraband. Their boss is amazing and has the best line of the entire movie.
You're a couple of gorgonzolas! You're fired!
Best insult in movie history. Debate me on that. As expected, Mystery Inc. reunites to do a new show, Ghost to Ghost with Daphne Blake. A broken up Mystery Inc. that gets reunited for one last mystery. Seems vaguely familiar.
Nah.
And things go pretty much exactly how they went before. Humans under monster masks. Until they come across Lena, who claims she can take them to a real haunted house on Moonscar Island. And boy, does it host its set of scares. Moonscar Island is the home of Ms. Lemois and has been for generations, and plays host to many terrifying creatures such as zombies, ghosts of Confederate soldiers, the spirit of Morgan Moonscar, and the hottest peppers in Louisiana.
We've hit the proverbial chili pepper jackpot! Come on, I dare you. Who's first? Not chicken, are you, old buddy, old pal?
A Scooby movie predominantly featuring hot peppers as a punchline? Just down the road, this seems like it's gonna fit in somewhere.
Nah.
From the very beginning, you can tell that you're getting into a very different Scooby movie than what you're used to. The opening scene alone is drenched in an atmosphere unlike any Scooby movie before it. The excellent use of lighting and shadows, the camera work, The torch-lit hallways, the background score, it all comes together to give this feeling that this is a Scooby movie you need to take seriously. I haven't mentioned this much in the past with this series, but the music in this thing is top fucking notch. Not only is the background score really good and it just oozes atmosphere into the movie, but the original songs that they record are fantastic as well. The rendition of the Where Are You theme, the Monsters Are Fake song, I don't remember what the actual title is, and of course, Terror Time is the best.
Terror Time is one of those songs that I want on my phone so that I can just listen to it whenever, because it really is that good.
And it's terror time again. They've got you running through the night.
And kinda in that same vein, the animation has taken a huge step forward in this installment. There's some straight up beautiful moments in this movie.
There really are, just from like the characters' facial expressions to the design of Louisiana as a whole. And like the opening thing with the castle and everything. It just looks beautiful. Like, it's great animation.
It's such an amazing combination of hand-painted backgrounds mixed with computer animation that flows so perfectly and seamlessly together. It truly is a sight. This is a movie of big changes, and one of the bigger changes is this is the first time Scott Inez plays Scooby-Doo after Don Messick's unfortunate passing, and I've got to say, he does a really good job. He kind of makes the character his own. He doesn't try too much, I don't think, to sound like Messick at all.
He does a good job of, you can definitely tell that, you know, it's a Scooby voice, but it sounds just different enough that, like, you can tell it's a different voice actor, but it sounds perfectly fine. Like, he does a really good job filling in for the void that was left.
And also, this is the first and only time Billy West voiced Shaggy, and I gotta say that's kind of unfortunate because it's one of my favorite Shaggy performances. He does a hell of a good job.
Yeah, it's also a really good Shaggy.
I don't think I've brought this up really much at all in the series before, but the characters in this movie are really well done as well. Lena and Miss Lemois play the really good Southern hosts until they are suddenly definitely not that anymore.
So much for Southern hospitality.
It is either way you go about it, they're very great characters with kind of easy to understand motivations as well.
But I think my favorite is probably Mark Hamill as the fisherman.
Yeah.
Should've let the gators eat you. I can't stand tourists.
Snakebite Scruggs, I think.
Yeah.
And it took me a long time to even notice that it was Mark Hamill until I just saw his name in the end credits.
I think he's in like 2 scenes.
Yeah, he plays a super small part in the movie, but it's a very memorable part of the movie. Jacques the Ferryman is another highlight. Seemingly a very sweet, hospitable Cajun man, until all of a sudden he is definitely not. This is also the first Scooby-Doo movie ever to feature real monsters. Pretty big change.
Well, actually, there were all of the ghosts in Boo Brothers.
True. This is the first Scooby-Doo movie to feature real monsters as antagonists.
Well, Dracula was the antagonist in Reluctant Werewolf.
Fuck. This is the first Scooby-Doo movie to feature real monsters as antagonists in a mystery-based plotline.
There you go.
Are you happy now?
Absolutely.
Speaking of the mystery, it's pretty top-notch as far as Scooby-Doo is concerned.
Yeah.
There's like plenty of twists, turns, reveals, red herrings.
Of course! Zombo's got to be red herring!
No, not that red herring.
Although that is a great show.
I would support that cameo anytime. But it's just like, it's so well-rounded and it's all gradually revealed to you, and it's just, everything has plenty of time to digest. It's a really good
well-rounded, well-woven story.
And like even the original series, it had clues that the audience could pick up on, but I feel like this one, I actually felt like I was part of the investigation whenever stuff would come up.
Every single monster, from the zombies to the cat creatures later on, are so scary. I can easily see how children would be terrified of this. They do a really excellent job of breathing the horror back into Scooby-Doo.
Daphne doing martial arts.
This,
This is just getting uncanny at this moment.
like, I feel like maybe something to do with Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Nah.
I don't think I could rightfully film this review without speaking of this moment. The first reveal when Morgan Moonscar is assembled and he
Yeah.
comes out, it is goddamn
Oh my
terrifying.
God.
And
Look at this with an innocent eye and tell me this wouldn't terrify your child self. This is the stuff nightmares are made of, children. The reveal and transformation of Lena and Lemois as the antagonists is so well crafted, detailed, and terrifying, and it's just really a callback to how fucking excellent this animation is.
Like, are we ever glad to see you? There's no time to waste. I am happy to see y'all.
Well, I'm going to have nightmares now.
the obligatory explanation by Miss Lemois is both terrifying due to the imagery that they show. Like, I'll put in a couple clips.
Guys, you know this is a kids movie, right? You know, for children? Again, this is a kids movie for little kids. Okay, now you've just gotta be trying to scar children's lives.
And it's also interesting because it kind of opens this blurred line between who's good and who's bad, because they only did what they were doing to protect themselves, but then they started doing it over and over again for their own benefit.
And, like, you can see, like, their faces while they're, you know, doing what they're doing. It's like, you're evil, but you're also just kind of trying to survive.
Exactly.
So I don't know how to feel about this.
And as is revealed, the zombies are the good guys, and I can't speak much for the later victims of this fucked up regime, but at least as far as the pirates are concerned, they're not entirely good themselves. They did indeed come to this island and just pillage the village, as it were.
And they were pirates and they were pillaging. They probably raped somebody.
Oh my!
Like, something went down. Like, they aren't exactly the cleanest of characters either. So there's, like, that interesting little... Are they wholly bad? Are they wholly good? Are they somewhere in between? It's interesting. Like, it's not something I expected to be thinking about in a Scooby-Doo.
Right. It's a lot of thought put into villains of a Scooby-Doo movie, or really just a Hanna-Barbera Productions in general.
But you did bring something up when talking about the...
Yes, when Ms. Lamar is giving her explanation, oh, this is what happened to us years ago, this is what they did, this is what we're doing, this is why we're doing it. It all just felt kind of Bond villainy. Like, oh, let me tell you my master plan. And it just all just felt like thrown in my face. And on the one hand, I don't like that because it seems kind of cheap. But on the other hand, I don't feel like they had any other option. I just feel like it was kind of, I don't want to say clumsily put together. It was just kind of hasty for me.
Speaking of hasty, because I haven't really delved into problems with this movie because I don't have that many, is the ending. The ending just kind of happens. Suddenly the conflict is resolved. Everything is A-okay. somehow the ferry gets back to the island with no driver. I don't know who drives them back, but somehow they make it back okay. It just felt like they didn't really know how to entirely wrap this thing up. And that about wraps it up for episode 6. I mean, just like overall, Zombie Island is a fucking treasure. Like, I cherish this movie deeply. I have lots of fond memories, but even removing the nostalgia goggles, I can see that this is a very well-made animated feature, especially for direct-to-video.
Yeah.
How it was. Like, you can just tell this was all passion put in.
They put a lot of care into this movie, and there's a good reason why it became so beloved as far as Scooby-Doo movies go.
Right. But if you all have seen Zombie Island, let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. What's your favorite Scooby-Doo movie, if you want to tell me? And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to Brandon's channel as well. He does some stuff. He's about to end his Friday the 13th series.
Finally.
So if you're into those, definitely check those out. I like the videos. They're really nice. The link will be somewhere in the description.
If he forgets to put it in the description, which I wouldn't put it past him, you can find me at Woodward Reviews. That's WOODWARD. Woodward. Woodward.
Not Wormwood.
Or Wormwood.
Woodworm.
Bastard.
But that's about it for this episode, guys. Hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.